guys, welcome back to the Lindsey Holder Show with my co-host Ashley. Hey Ashley, how you doing?
Hey.
Also known as Sis. Well, I'm excited today because it's almost February, so it's wintertime, and so we are talking specifically today about dehydrated skin and how to get your glow back, how to get hydration, moisture back to that skin. Is your skin?
Yes.
Does it feel dehydrated?
No, let me tell you something. In all seriousness, I can always tell when the seasons change. Like fall, it starts to get a little bit drier and drier and drier. And especially right now, I cannot put enough lotion on. Like I'll take a hot shower because I'm freezing. As you can tell, I'm flipping cold, and I will take, I mean, that's my favorite thing to do in winter is take hot showers. And then when I get out of the shower, I can't put enough lotion on. Like it's just, I could bathe in baby oil and it would not make a difference. But we're not going there.
Well, we're going to go over today 5 tips that I've learned over the years. And
Okay.
I'm going to give you a tip when you get out of the shower too.
Ooh.
Some people know, some people don't. So I'll give you a tip before you put that lotion on for sure. But
Okay.
first of all, I just want to go in and tell you there's a difference between dry skin and dehydrated skin. So there's definitely a difference. So I want you to think of dry is lack of oil. Okay. So your
Okay.
skin is usually going to feel like flaky, itchy. It's going to feel uncomfortable. Okay. So that
Okay.
is when you're dry. Now, when you're dehydrated, we are now talking about a lack of moisture or water. There's a really cool, I'm an esthetician, so there's a little tip that I use for my clients to figure out, are they dry or are they dehydrated? And you can just
Ooh.
kind of pinch your skin. You can pinch your skin on your cheeks or your forehead. And if you feel like it is bouncing back and it's retaining that shape pretty well, then you're good. If you feel like it's not doing that, it's like wrinkly instead, then those skin cells need water desperately. And that's where we
Okay.
need to hydrate your skin.
That
Now,
is
I
the
usually am
coolest
under.
tip, Lindsey.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to interrupt you. That is such a neat tip. I'm going to be like this.
very simple.
What?
Very simple. I tend to find it better on the forehead, and when I'm looking in through, like through a mag lamp, like at the spa, I can easily see, and I'm like, wow, that they really need some hydration into that skin, and it
You
makes
know, I'm
the
going to
biggest difference.
do that tonight. I don't have a, professional one, but I've got the kind where I used to, pluck my eyebrows. So is it best to look in
Oh,
that mirror
okay.
after your shower? Is that what you said, after your shower to look in it? Or does it matter whenever you look at it and do the pinch
It
test?
doesn't really matter because
Okay.
clients come to me all throughout the day and they've done various activities through the day. So it
Okay.
doesn't have to be straight out of the shower, but that's a
Oh,
great way to look at it. I will tell you this, signs for dehydrated skin that are normally not there is that, so you'll have more darker circles underneath your eyes than normal, and your skin will feel tight and it'll look dull. That is an example of that. Now,
okay.
hydration issues, they are usually due to external factors. Now, it can be a combination of internal and external, but they are usually external factors, and I'm going to go over a few.
Oh, yay.
Caffeine is one of them, like caffeine
Uh-oh.
intake.
Uh-oh.
Now, I do drink one cup of coffee a day, and you're not taking that away from me.
Yeah,
I'm having my caffeine.
I drink 1 cup too.
Yeah, but Ashley, you're pretty healthy. You've got you have your, just like me, your lemon water and your
Yeah, that's true.
everything. If you guys follow Ashley on her YouTube channel, Wellness with Ash, she has
No,
some
it's
amazing tips.
Well with Ashley.
Oh, well with Ashley. Okay, there you go. Other external factors will include, of course, the weather. Obviously, it's winter, so of course you can't control that. The environment, water intake, your diet, of course, and then a huge culprit is. Do you know what it could be?
A huge culprit? Are you talking about the
Yeah,
inside
in
or the outside?
winter,
Wait, I want
inside
to
your
play.
house.
Oh, inside my house. Ooh,
Well,
is
you
it
got
the
the show
heat?
notes. We all know that you know it. This is not a fair question.
No, I actually forgot. So I'm like this. Is it
And the heat.
alcohol? Is it the heat? What is it?
The heat. The heat's on. It's gonna make a major play in that. So anyway, that's so funny. Let's talk about how to fix this. Let's get the hydration back to the skin. You don't
Yes.
need to have dull looking unhydrated skin during winter. I'm going to get you your glow back with five
Okay.
steps, okay? 5 steps. Let's
Ooh,
go.
that's easy.
So, first step, I want you to add a humidifier at night. I
Okay.
have one in the spa too that just automatically adds that, the extra water in the air.
Hmm.
And when we were doing our show notes, you had a good question for me.
Yes. My question was, I have a humidifier, but I also have a diffuser because I love aromatherapy. So can I just use my diffuser instead of the humidifier? Like, is it the same thing?
They're not the same thing. The humidifier is going to hold way more water, usually like half a gallon of water. A diffuser is going to hold maybe a cupful, maybe. And a diffuser is more for aromatherapy purposes.
Okay.
So you can still have your aromatherapy through the day. I'm a believer in essential oils. I love aromatherapy as well. But when we're talking hydration, you're going to want to use the humidifier. Okay, so with the humidifier, the primary function is to add moisture to the air. It relieves dry air discomforts like dry skin, scratchy throat, and stuffy nose. So that's another purpose of the humidifier. So just keep that in mind for that. I will say this. I have found one this year that I love, and I am very impressed with it because humidifiers, they can be messy. They can be like, is that mold growing in there? Mildew? What
I
is
mean,
that?
full
So,
disclosure, I make my husband do it. I'm like this, honey, need you to fill the humidifier, da da da. So, I mean, I make him do it. I'm not kidding. I really do.
well, so do you know what it like looks like in there? Is there mildew in there? Have you checked it out? Because what you don't want to have happen is now you're breathing that in, and now you're creating a whole other, um, you know, amount of health issues, breathing in like that mildew. So
I
it's
love
really
that you
important.
I love that you said that. Yes, we clean ours out with just a simple ingredient called white vinegar, just distilled vinegar. That's what we
Yeah.
do.
Well, I found a brand that is amazing that gets rid of all the water, and it's
Really?
called Canopy. Yep. And I found it on actually I found it on the Skinny Confidential podcast. You know how I love her.
Oh,
I love her
yeah, no.
podcast. So I listened to the whole episode and I was like, I'm getting this. So purchased it, and it really does what it says. So it allows you to put the water in, and then even when you turn it off, it keeps going until it runs out of water. So you're going to have that anti mildew, anti mold effect because it pretty much like it just dries it out. That's
Oh,
what it
that's
does.
so cool.
Yep. Okay, so Canopy also has a aromatherapy option at the top, so you can still put your essential oils. There's a little like
No.
stone kind of like thing, spongy stone, and you can use your aromatherapy with your like essential oils with your humidifier. So it's like a two-in-one, which I really like.
Okay.
It's
Now that
also
people, that was
yeah,
not in my show notes. Okay.
yeah.
That was not in there.
It's okay. Ashley, you'll love this. It's also dishwasher safe. So you
Ooh.
can just put it,
Do
yeah.
you remember how much
They have,
the canopy cost?
it was, I don't remember the exact amount offhand. I think it was 150 or 165. So it is an investment, but I knew
Okay.
that I would use it, for a long time. Full disclosure, I just threw away a diffuser because it just got so mildewy. I
Mm,
was like, forget it.
yeah, it's
It's
not worth
not
it.
worth it. Throw it away. So, but I've been using this one every time I go to fill it up, completely dry. There's like nothing in there. It's
And is
awesome.
it easy to
Love it.
fill it up too? Like, is it like messy and stuff, or is
Yeah.
it?
No, no, you just turn it over, fill it up, put it on, plug it in. It's great. It's great.
Wow.
So, anyway, so it's no mist, just filtered, hydrated air, which I love. So there's not a mist. So that is the difference between the two. I just wanted to let you know
Okay.
that.
And
So
by the
that's
way,
tip
we
number
are
one.
not salespeople for Canopy, although we probably
I
should
know.
be.
I'm gonna say that like they're not sponsoring this. I
There's
just
no
use I like
affiliate. They're
naturally
not
solve it.
sponsoring, but there's your plug.
I'm
Canopy.
just giving you stuff that yeah, that I love. Okay,
Okay,
Canopy.
let's go to
But
face
but
cleansing
but if
tips
you would like to sponsor us at any time, Canopy, reach out to Lindsay or Holder on Instagram. Thank you.
or Well with Ashley.
There you go.
All right,
Okay.
let's talk about cleansing that face. Okay, to me,
Yes.
I'm
I'm
like
gonna
the average person. We're like, what's the big deal? We're just washing our face at night. What why is that such a big deal?
I'm gonna give you three things to think about when you're cleansing your face and in the winter. First of all, I want you, if your skin, first of all, listen to your skin. If it feels too dry, too tight, listen to it. It doesn't always have to be this heavy cleanser you're not trying to rip everything off your skin and have your barrier be impacted. You want a healthy skin barrier. In the morning, I don't always use a cleanser. Sometimes I just use water, or I'll use I'll use micellar wash, which is I just barely put it on a cotton round, or I'll use a microfiber cloth. It just really depends on what my skin feels like this morning. Your skin talks to you. If it feels super tight and dry, no way am I going to try to pull every single oil off my face. It needs that protection. So listen to your skin, okay?
I would
I
like to
want you
tell
to
the
pat.
audience.
Yeah.
I would like to tell the audience that that's true because I was at the beginning of the winter, my skin felt like it was just so tight, so slick. It was so uncomfortable. So I called
Mm,
Lindsay and I made an appointment because I was like, I can't take it. And the secret was it was just a little switch. I was using a gel-based cleanser instead of a milk cleanser, a milk creamy cleanser.
milky
And
cleanser.
that one switch the next day, I was like, my goodness, my skin doesn't feel like it's just, you know. So that was a great
Now,
tip.
if you're wearing makeup, obviously you need to remove it. But actually, you don't wear a lot of makeup, so you're talking about when you're not using makeup, right?
Right.
Okay, so just wanted to clarify that
Oh, good
because
catch.
you don't have as much to remove when you're not wearing makeup. You
Gotcha.
just have like
Okay.
your sunscreen and the environment. Just wanted to
Yeah,
clarify
that's
that.
pretty much
Okay,
right.
yeah. Okay, so I want you to when you cleanse your skin, I want you just to pat dry. I don't want you to dry it completely. I want you to keep your skin wet while you put on your other products. It's going to absorb those products way, way better. Your skin needs to be hydrated. So go
Oh,
ahead and spritz that toner on while your skin is damp. Not dripping, soaking
oh,
wet. Not, oh, Lizzie's soaking wet. Just, it needs to be damp. If you feel your skin is like dry and you're like, oh, I dried it off too much, just run your hands under the faucet, warm water, not too cold, not too hot, and just go like that over your skin, and then spritz your toner over it, and then you can start applying your serum, and it will really absorb into your skin so much better. You really get full use of that product. Okay.
I love that tip
Now,
because most people completely dry out their face and then they do the toner. So that's
yeah.
a really great tip because they're thinking, well, why do I need water on my face?
Oh,
That's what the toner's for. So that's a really good tip, Lindsay.
Exactly. I do also want you to make sure when you do use it, and we'll talk about it in a minute, but when you use a hyaluronic acid, it's extremely important to also keep your skin damp, as it really does absorb it like a moisture, like it absorbs the moisture like a sponge. Okay, so otherwise, if it is on dry skin, it will absorb that moisture and it'll completely defeat the purpose. So that's specifically for hyaluronic acid. Just always make sure your skin is damp, or you're gonna do the reverse. It's gonna pull that
Oh,
moisture away instead of pulling it in.
wow.
So,
I think this
and
next one is really cool because you're talking about moisturizers and oils and balms. And a lot of people just stick to the basic, which is moisturizer. So this is really going to be a cool tip for people that just use a moisturizer. There's other things that you can use to hydrate your face, right?
Yes, I do want you to listen to your skin yet again in the seasons. So, when the seasons change, obviously your skin can handle a heavier moisturizer. You probably don't even think much to it, but switch to a heavier moisturizer depending on your skin type. Talk to your esthetician first, but I'll
Okay.
usually switch my clients to a heavier moisturizer if their skin can handle it at night because your skin repairs itself at night. So I usually try to do that. Um, you
So
can
you're
also
basically
use
saying rotate your products. Is that what you're saying?
yes, because I'm not going to use a heavy moisturizer at night in the summer. I just don't need it. I don't need too much, but in the winter, I usually will switch to a heavier moisturizer.
And then also, correct me if I'm wrong, also I've heard that if you rotate products, it's actually really good for your skin because it's like it switches it up. It's like, when I guess I relate it to exercise. Like if you do a different, weight or a different activity, your body's like, oh, a change. So the same is true for your skin too, right? Like when you mix up
So that
brands and stuff.
that is a big debate between estheticians. So I know
Oh,
that each esthetician thinks differently. So I'll answer it this way. I think you need to consider what's going on with your skin at that time. So if your skin needs something else, your esthetician is going to either add, take away, or change a different product. I think that our skin is always changing. So I will normally change out your skincare. I will not just have the same set for eternity for you. I will when you come in, you'll usually say, "Well, this is happening to my skin right now," and then I'll adjust your routine as needed. That's how I usually do
okay.
it.
That is so funny because you're thinking the way an esthetician thinks. I'm thinking of somebody that's not an esthetician. Something like this. It's fall. Switch that brand. It's spring. Switch that brand. So that is so funny. Yeah. Okay. I like the way you explained that. That
Well,
was really good.
Well, you can even think it about it like your diet or how when you work out, you're like, well, I really need to work on my arms right now or my legs or I'm having this issue here. My gut's not healthy here. I'm bloated. I'm doing so your dietitian or your trainer is going to add different things with what your body needs at that moment. The same thing with an esthetician. And that's another reason why an esthetician is so important to have in your life because I know, listen, I get it. It's so enticing and you want to go to those big box brands, which there's nothing wrong with that, but you can do that in alignment with an esthetician that can guide you. Hey, if you want to use that cool brand that you see on Instagram, that's fine, but let me help you find out what's best for your skin. And let me
Okay.
show you the order of what to use that in. And if you want to use that cool watermelon mask, okay, but I'm going to have to balance it out with this, or we're going to need to use this instead. So they can help you along with that.
I love that. That's a good. I love that. So, let's see here. Are there any I love because I mean everybody's different. I have your skin, Lindsay, is oily. My skin tends to be dry, and so
Yeah.
I love facial oils. Is there any that you recommend?
Yes, I brought a couple things with me. My skin is very sensitive to oils. I have to be extremely careful with the oils that I use. I did use this one last night too, but there's two hydration ones that I just love. Glow has a Phytoactive Conditioning Oil. I love it. It's just like super light. I don't know if you can see that. And I'll link it in the show notes. I just happen to have it, so I brought it. So it's just like, it's so light. Whoops. It's so light. I love it. And you can put it, you don't need a lot. I'm just going to rub some of that in my hands right now. It's so nice. And then I layer that. So I'll put that on first. Listen, oils are different. Some you put on
Okay.
first, some you put on after. That's a longer discussion to have. But for
Okay.
this one you layer on first and then you put the moisturizer on top. So the
Oh, so you do
Phytoactive is great.
toner, oil, moisturizer.
Yeah, you could do that. Well, well, I also add sometimes, a serum first. Okay. And so it just depends. That's really hard to answer. It really is. That's why you need
I
an
mean,
esthetician. You
I'm
want your
asking for
skin.
myself. I mean, it's like, while I'm
Yeah.
here, let's just get a one-on-one facial
Yep.
advice.
Listen, rule
You're
of
like, I'll
thumb,
talk to
then
you after the show, Ashley.
you can schedule a virtual consultation with me, okay, or my team. But rule of thumb, thinnest to thickest in
Got
your
it.
skincare routine. So I love that one. Obagi has an amazing one that I've started to use this year. This is just a sample. It's not the full bottle. You can see I'm always out of it. Um, there we go. Daily hydration drops. I never know how to do that little trick that they all do. They put their hands behind it. Is that?
Well,
Yeah,
you're
there it
blurry
is.
to
There it
me,
is.
so I can't tell, but I'm sure the viewers can.
So daily hydration drops is really cool. So you can use those. Those have been a favorite of mine as well. I found this oil and I love it. This is more of a body, but it's Labella Figueroa. I love it. It's super light. I'll put it in the show notes. I don't sell this. I just got it. It smells amazing. Amazing. It's so light, but
Ooh,
generally, I know. Generally, I will tell you, I prefer a jojoba oil for your body, especially,
okay.
um, because it's the oil
Closest.
that is the closest to what your body naturally produces. I love mixing on for my body jojoba with like a lavender essential oil because
Ooh.
lavender's calming. So I love that for my body. I usually in the massage portion of my facials, I'll do a jojoba and lavender mix. I really like that.
Ooh, that sounds wonderful. What is hyaluronic acid? Like, what is that? Is that in
It's pretty
your
much
moisturizer, or is it a serum? Is it a
hyaluronic
cleanser?
acid it can be in both of those products, the
Oh,
moisturizer or the serum, but I like it in the serum for like the biggest punch that you're going to get because the
okay.
serum, um, yeah, it goes deeper into your skin because the particles are smaller, the molecular structure is smaller,
Okay.
so it's going to really hit those deeper layers of your skin.
And if I'm
So
wrong, tell me if I'm wrong. Hyaluronic acid, the whole purpose of that is to draw moisture to your skin and plump it up. Is that correct?
that is exactly right.
Okay.
Yep. So that is why it's so important. That is actually tip number 4 is add a hyaluronic serum to your skincare routine. It's basically like that's what they use with like, fillers and things like that is plumping everything up. So you're going to want to use that. You'll notice a big difference. It just like seriously plumps everything up. So I love especially using that in the morning.
Ooh,
It's
I didn't
great
think
to
of
use
that.
as a layering serum. And again, make sure your skin is damp because we talked about that earlier. That is number 4. Make sure that you use a hyaluronic serum to get that moisture back into your skin.
Okay. And then do you like, you mentioned before Glow and Obagi. Do they have that? I'm sure they both have that too, because that's the brand that you
They
pretty
have
much
those,
like, right?
yeah, they have those too.
Okay. All right. And then the last one talks about something special to your skin, and it begins with an E. Go, Lindsay.
Of course, you've got to exfoliate your skin before you add all these products, or you're just putting them on dead skin.
Okay.
It really is that simple. I love a good. First of all, I get my peels in the winter time, okay, because you want to slough everything off then. But I love a good enzyme exfoliant. They're really great. So I do use Glow. This is not like a Glow podcast. I'm just telling you, I just use it so much. I love it.
Hey,
You could use another
Canopy.
enzyme.
Hey, Glow. We're your girls.
Hey, Obagi. But the gentle exfoliant is one of my favorites. These are just things that I use on a consistent basis. The gentle
Right.
exfoliant is a favorite of mine
And this is
because an
stuff
enzyme.
that the average, they don't have to go in. We can buy that and we can exfoliate on our own, the enzyme exfoliation.
Yeah, yeah, and it just comes out. My hands are going to look a little oily because I have that oil on, but it comes out clear. Here's the enzyme, and you can just here. I'll put it on my I'll do some exfoliation while we finish this
All right,
podcast
this is,
on
I
my
want to
neck.
be there with you. You're like this. Today's episode, I got all the oils and the treatments, and I'm like this. That's nice.
I know what your skin cabinet looks like. You're doing just fine. I supply your skin cabinet, but you can even put it on your hands. Okay, let's get that
Ooh,
on your hands. Let's, but the enzyme is really nice because you don't have to look at this. I just rub it in and then I leave it alone. It will do the work by itself. Keep it on for like 10 minutes and then it exfoliates your skin for you. You don't have to worry about it. And then I'll usually put like a mask on after that. So there's not
do you
that
rinse it off
manual exfoliation.
after, or you just leave it
Yeah, I
alone?
rinse it off.
Oh,
I
you rinse
rinse
it
it
off.
off.
Okay.
But there's not that manual exfoliation. It's all a chemical exfoliation. I usually use this one or an enzyme exfoliant, or I'm really into right now the vitamin C dermabrasion polish from Obagi. It's amazing. It is definitely not for sensitive skin. It
Okay.
is pretty hot, but I absolutely love it. It's like a microdermabrasion polish. So
So I just want to point in
you
a
just
key
want,
factor that you said, which is there's two types of exfoliation methods. There is the chemical one where you leave on your face and it kind of eats away your skin for 10 minutes. And then there's a physical one where you're manually, in a gentle way, sloughing off those dead skin cells.
sloshing off those dead skin cells, Ashley.
Right. Anyways, but for
Yeah,
people that aren't, I just want them to know there's two different types. There's enzyme, which is chemical, then there's manual. So,
exactly right. Exactly right. So just make sure you do that while you're to get that flaky dead skin cell off. You don't have to do it every day. I don't do it every day. I do it probably 2 to 3 times a week, and that's all
okay.
my skin needs. Otherwise, if you over exfoliate, you're going to cause a whole other host of problems. So just keep that in mind
Okay,
for
cool.
that. So I just wanted to review the 5. Okay, so one is add a humidifier into your routine at night. 2, just review those face cleansing tips that we went over. Make sure your skin is still damp before you apply all those products. And of course, use a pH balanced toner for that as well. And switch your skincare routine. Ask your esthetician first before you self-diagnose what you need. And then they will add the correct products that you need in your routine. And then I want you to add a hyaluronic acid to your skincare routine. And then 5, of course, exfoliate your skin. Now, those 5 tips should really make a huge difference in hydrating that skin, making it glowy again, and getting you where you need to be for the winter. Just because it's winter, we don't have to look like it. Okay? We can have that glowy, radiant skin. We don't have to look all dry and sad.
I love it. Well, thank you so much,
So,
Lindsey, for these tips. I'm actually excited because I'm going to do my routine tonight. You've inspired me to exfoliate, to do a mask, to keep it, moist and then tone and spritz and all that stuff. So I'm really excited. And I'm also going to do something that we are going to talk about in a future podcast called red light therapy. Okay. So I'm going to do that tonight
yes,
as well. But we just
yes.
want to say thank you, everybody, for tuning in today, wherever you are, walking, listening, putting on a mask or whatever. I am well with Ashley. I am Lindsey's sister. And thank you so much for having me on, Lindsey. I learned so much today.
You're welcome. I'll tell the audience if you feel like you are challenged or you have questions or you need to speak to an expert about that, my spa, and I'll have it in the show notes. We offer virtual skin consultations. Please sign up for that. One of my master estheticians will be more than happy to help you with that. They are trained by me, so you are in good hands with that, and they will help you figure out what you need to have a glowy skin all year round. Thanks,
Yay.
guys.
All
Bye,
right.
sis.
Bye-bye. Bye.